It's already afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dak-Sup Shim, the Director General of the Informatization Planning Bureau in the Ministry of Public Administration and Security of the Korean government. It is my great honor and pleasure to have an opportunity to make a presentation today on the e-government development of Korea. My presentation today will cover 4 issues: a brief history of the Korea's e-government strategy and structure of e-government, and service integration, and smart government. Now let us look at the overview of the Korea's e-government. First of all, I will briefly explain the history of Korea's e-government. Our e-government initiatives started from the late 1970s. Until year 2000, since then, our efforts were focused on infrastructure such as computerizing public administrations, building administration networks, and constructing nationwide broadband networks. 2001 to 2007 formed the launch and diffusion stage, where the basic structure of e-government was laid out by focused development of services to the people and by improving internal business processes. During this period, we succeeded in enacting the Act on e-government. From 2008 and onward can be seen as a maturity stage. Korea has placed particular emphasis on promoting utilization and integration by linking and integrating public and private sector initiatives. Within the Korean government, there are 2 main driving forces for e-government. One is the Presidential Committee on National Informatization Strategy, and the other is the Ministry of Public Administration and Security, called MOPAS. The Presidential Committee controls and evaluates the deployment of e-government, while MOPAS establishes nationwide e-government policies and construct advanced e-government infrastructure. Also, National Information Society Agency, called NIA, provides technical and project management support to MOPAS as well as to the Presidential Committee. This slide shows each organization's role and responsibilities in detail. According to the UN, the journey to e-government can be divided into the following 4 levels: emerging, enhanced, transactional, and seamless. It is reported in the UN analysis that Korean government has currently completed level 3 and is advancing on to level 4. Korea is evaluated to have achieved 62% of the level 4 stage. We now have systems in place through which users can obtain certificate documents online and pay taxes through the e-government system. We are aiming to upgrade and expand our e-government systems and services to provide uninterrupted services to our citizens and businesses through integration and drop back office systems. As you can see from this slide, Korea's e-government was ranked first out of 192 UN member countries according to the 2010 e-government survey. More importantly, Korea was ranked not only on the e-government development index, but also on the online participation index. In addition, Korea's e-government has been acknowledged for its systems and services by many international organizations. KISS, the Korea Immigration Smart Service, and our e-immigration system both received the UN Public Service Awards in 2007. And also, Information Network Village, so-called INVIL, was nominated the winner in the category 3 this year. The HTS, the home tax system, and our e-tax system was selected as a best practice in the area of e-tax administration by OECD. In addition, KIPONET, Korea Intellectual Property Office Net, was recognized as one of the international standards by the World Intellectual Property Organization. If you look at the economic aspect of the e-government, the IT sector in Korea has contributed very much to its economy. As you can see here, Korea's IT sector has continued to grow in the past years, even in the face of global economic crisis in 2008. This steady growth is also reflected in the IT industry's contribution to the overall GDP growth rate. The IT industry of Korea is also very profitable. As you can see in this slide, IT accounted for over 30% of the total exports in 2010. In terms of trade balance, the IT sector netted $78 billion in surplus. This is actually higher than all the other industries combined. The outcome of our efforts is shown on this slide. First, e-government has enhanced transparency and efficiency of the government. Second, e-government eventually led to the heightening quality of public service. And third, e-government policies contributed to the advanced infrastructure. There seems to be many critical success factors for Korea's e-government, but I dare to point out the following five factors. First is the strong government leadership. Since the 1980s, the very beginning of Korea's e-government, the top government officials, including the president, understood the importance of e-government and actively involved in promoting it. This is why Korea was able to establish strategic and sustainable e-government plans. Second is IT governance. Even though every single element of e-government is perfectly ready to implement, orchestration of each element is essential for the success of e-government. The Korean government has effectively and efficiently operated government-wide organizations such as the e-government special committee and relevant ministries at the stages of planning, mediating, and implementing. Third is customer-oriented e-government services. Previously, most administrative services to citizens were government-centric, causing dissatisfaction and civil complaints. Therefore, the Korean government placed the focus on customer-oriented e-government services as top priority. Fourth, performance-based program management. Quantitative and qualitative performance indices were used for managing projects at each level with clear goals. And lastly, but not leastly, e-government projects require a vast knowledge in technology. Such challenges were addressed by selecting experienced system integration companies and specialized solution vendors for system establishment, and by applying practical technology solutions for appropriate e-government services. Next, we are moving to structure of e-government in Korea. First, let us look at the back office services. There are two stages in implementing back office services. The first stage was computerization, which includes developing standardized core administrative systems like finance management, e-document, resident registration, and so forth. In the second stage, these systems are connected, with the result being enhanced efficiency and transparency. Here are a few examples of the back office systems in Korea. First of all, Korea established the Governmental Information Data Center by building two centers for the National Computing and Information Agency in 2005. These centers have consolidated information systems of 47 government agencies and managed them together. By doing so, the data center provides seamless and flawless services for 24 hours per 7 days and ensures security environment. This government information sharing system minimizes required documents and office visits by expanding government information sharing to the entire public sector and financial institutions. Through this system, 100 types of required documents for civil services are shared, and government information sharing between over 100 public agencies and 30 private institutions is possible. 온나라 BPS, 온나라 Business Processing System, is the new work management system for the Korean government. The Korean government can now administrate the entire policy-making procedure, including documentation, reporting, reviewing, and online approval through 온나라 BPS. All public officials in the central government can process most of their works on this system without accessing other systems. Since all the policy-related information and performance evaluation are kept and shared through 온나라 BPS, organizations are able to manage their businesses in a more planned and systematic way. Ultimately, this system helps the government improve accountability and transparency of policy-making processes and manage and evaluate each of public officials in a more systematic way, leading the government to improve efficiency. Now let us turn to the front office services. At the first stage, individual services like e-customs, e-procurement, or e-tax were developed as separate efforts. Later, these services were integrated into G4C, G4B, and G2G portals, leading to improved convenience for users. I would say that the Korean e-custom service is one of the best e-custom services in the world. By using this system, the Korean government automated entire custom services such as export and import declaration, import, freight management, and drawback, etc. Through this system, the average processing time for export is reduced from more than 1 day to within 2 minutes. The waiting time for general passengers was also shortened. The average waiting time for a general passenger was 40 minutes before. However, it was reduced to 25 minutes after the system was developed. Another key project for the e-government services is e-patent. KIPONET, which it is called KIPONET. KIPONET elevated the level of user services by enabling applicants to register their rights, inspect necessary application records, and request through online communications at any time of their convenience, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The World Intellectual Property Organization recommended our system as the model for patent administration system to other countries. Korea launched the national e-procurement systems in September 2002. The adoption of the e-procurement systems in the central government of Korea has been acknowledged as successful. This enabled all bidding procedures to be processed online in a one-stop process. As it enhanced efficiency and transparency, we have saved 3.2 trillion won a year, and the bidding time reduced from half a day to 1 minute. Next is G4C. This online civil service enabled citizens to inquire civil information, document issuance, and petitions online. Before the introduction of this system, citizens had to visit public offices several times to get their civil affairs done. After establishing this system, citizens have so far made over 4,969 requests for civil information online. Citizens can even print out needed documents without visiting public offices. Now about more than 3,000 official documents have been printed at home in a secure manner. The next topic is the service integration.
Mr. Shin,
Yes.
mic, we are on time.
Okay. I'll go very fast.
Thank you.
Korea's initial foray into e-government consists of digitalization of individual unit tasks. Now we are trying to integrate all the systems into one or two portals. And go next. And this one shows how the online civil services is appeared as the result of the integration of services. And next one also shows the integration of social welfare system. And the next one is National Safety Information Services. So as you saw in these examples, integration has many benefits. In summary, convenience is increased, delivery time is reduced, and we have been achieved a cleaner government. Finally, we are early this year we have drafted the vision 2015 for the smart government. So let me skip this one, and then we can see the 5 agendas at the next page. We identified the 5 agenda for the coming 5 years. The first one is realize the mobile e-government, and secondly, establish a safe and sound society by the e-government, and third, to promote smart work that balances work and life, and fourth, to provide personalized services by communicating with the people, and fifth, build strong government infrastructure. And this slide shows some kind of the brief summary of our smart government vision by 2015. And we with this the vision accomplished, we are expecting our e-government as the world best e-government that works for the people. So with this, that's all for today. And thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.